Get ready to soar. These bush planes defy gravity and short runways, making traditional flying feel like yesterday's news. Prepare for adventure in the skies. The Backcountry Super Cubs SQ4. Boss is a badass bush plane that will make you question your life choices and wonder why you've been wasting time on roads all these years. Born from the legendary Piper Cub design, this Airborne Maverick has been turning heads and defying gravity since the early 2000s. In 2024, it's still the go-to aircraft for pilots who think runways are for wimps and prefer their landing strips with a side of adrenaline. Impressively, it can take off in just 30.48 meters, less distance than it takes to brew your morning coffee. Even more astonishing, it can land in a mere 15.24 meters, practically touching down on a postage stamp. Under the hood, you've got your choice of a Lycoming 0360 or Titan 0340 engine, both pushing out a respectable 180 horses. The Zenith Takeoff and Landing CH701, the airborne equivalent of a mountain goat with wings, can land on a dime and give you 9 cents change. Born in the late 80s, this agile performer has been showcasing its short takeoff and landing capabilities for over 3 decades, evolving from a simple kit plane to a global sensation in 2024. It's the jack of all trades in aviation, equally at home in your backyard or delivering aid to remote villages. Did you know this flying wonder can take off in less space than your average suburban driveway? And here's a kicker, it's so easy to build. Even your tech-challenged uncle could probably put one together. With a wingspan of 8.2 meters, it rivals some of nature's largest birds. Weighing in at a svelte 145 kilograms empty, it's lighter than your last New Year's resolution. And get this, it can cruise at 129 kilometers per hour, which is faster than you trying to get to the fridge during a commercial break. Looking to the future, this little dynamo might just go electric. Imagine a plane so quiet, you could sneak up on clouds. The Bearhawk Four-Place. Short takeoff and landing plane is a versatile beast that will make you want to land on your neighbor's lawn. In 2024, this impressive aircraft is still turning heads and dropping jaws in the kit plane world. Born from Bob Barrow's wild imagination back in the 90s, it's like the cooler, bigger brother of the original Bearhawk that decided to hit the gym and grow 2 extra seats. It's been gaining a cult following faster than a TikTok dance challenge, with aviation enthusiasts worldwide sharing their build stories and backcountry adventures. This plane can take off and land in distances shorter than your average Walmart parking spot. You can build it out of almost anything except popsicle sticks and bubble gum. The Bearhawk Four-Place stretches out to a cool 7.3 meters with wings spanning 9.4 meters. It'll cruise at a peppy 193 to 225 kilometers per hour, but can slow down to a leisurely 56 kilometers per hour without falling out of the sky. Power-wise, you've got options from 150 to 200 horsepower under the hood. If you're ready to ditch the pavement, like this video, subscribe for more high-flying action, and comment if we missed any game-changing planes. The Bush CADL 164, an incredibly versatile aircraft, will make you want to trade your car for wings. Born in the early 2000s, this Canadian bird has been soaring high and evolving faster than a teenager's social media feed. By 2024, it has gone from backyard project to global sensation, with more certifications than a LinkedIn influencer. Believe it or not, it can take off in just 30.48 meters, less distance than your morning jog to the coffee maker. And here's a kicker, you can disassemble it faster than IKEA furniture and stuff it in your pickup truck. Talk about the ultimate flying road trip. Under the hood, or should I say, under the wings, this bad boy is packing some serious muscle. With a wingspan of 9.44 meters, it's like a flying T-Rex with better arm reach. Depending on your need for speed, you can choose engines ranging from 74.57 to 119.31 kilowatts. It's like picking toppings for your aviation pizza. The Dream Aircraft Tundra will make you question why you ever bothered with roads. In 2024, this Canadian-born bush plane is still strutting its short takeoff and landing stuff, showing off its ability to land on postage stamps since 2005. It's like the love child of a helicopter in a regular plane, minus the annoying spinny bit on top. Did you know this Sky Conqueror can take off and land in less space than your average parking lot? It's true. And if that's not enough to impress your aviation geek friends, it's so versatile it could probably deliver your pizza and mow your lawn at the same time. Under the hood, this Skybound Beast is packing a Lycoming engine with 235 horses, enough to make your car feel like a child's tricycle. It boasts a wingspan that challenges even the largest birds and can cruise at the speeds that'll have you reaching your destination before you finished your in-flight snack. The Glossair Sportsman 2+2 will make you question why you ever bothered with commercial flights. In 2024, this high-flying hottie is still turning heads and melting hearts. Born in 2003, it has evolved from a do-it-yourself dream to a factory-fresh phenomenon, with Dynon Avionics giving it a tech makeover that would make Tony Stark jealous. This beauty can take off and land in less space than your average grocery store parking lot. We're talking 91 meters, folks. That's shorter than the line at Starbucks on a Monday morning. And if you're worried about getting lost, fear not. This bird has a glass cockpit so smart it makes your smartphone look like a rotary dial. Under the hood, you've got your choice of Lycoming engines, pumping out anywhere from 194 to 235 kilowatts. The WAG Aero Sportsman 2+2 is a do-it-yourself dream machine that will have you taking off from your backyard faster than you can say, "Honey, I shrunk the runway." Born in the swinging 60s and still kicking in 2024, this kit plane is the aviation equivalent of a Build-A-Bear workshop for grown-ups with a need for speed and a fear of long runways. Did you know this customizable flyer can be tailored more than your morning coffee order? From engine options that range from peppy to hold on to your hat, to landing gear that can handle everything from smooth tarmac to your neighbor's overgrown lawn. Tech-wise, this bird's got a wingspan of 9.45 meters and can go from whoa to go in just 60.96 meters. That's shorter than the line at Starbucks on a Monday morning. Looking to the future, the Sportsman 2+2 might soon be sporting a cockpit that looks more Star Trek than Wright Brothers, and who knows, maybe even an eco-friendly engine that runs on promises and good intentions. The Zenith CH701, a flying beast that'll make you question if you're in a plane or a magic carpet with wings. Born in the late 90s and still kicking butt in 2024, this short takeoff and landing marvel has been the do-it-yourself dream of aviation enthusiasts worldwide. It's like the IKEA of airplanes, but instead of confusing instructions, you get an actual flying machine at the end. Did you know this Sky Conqueror can take off in less space than your average grocery store parking lot? It's true. And get this, it's more customizable than your coffee order at that hipster cafe down the street. Tech-wise, we're talking a wingspan that rivals small airliners, weighing less than your last online shopping spree, and engines that range from peppy to powerhouse. Looking to the future, the CH701 might just go green faster than that kale smoothie you regret buying. We're talking electric engines, folks. The Kitfox Series 7 Super Sport will make you question why you ever bothered with commercial flights. Born in the 80s, but still rocking it like a millennial influencer in 2024, this aircraft has been turning heads and conquering backcountry strips for decades. It's like the cool uncle of aircraft. Been around forever, but somehow keeps getting cooler. This nimble flyer can take off in less space than your average parking spot. That's right, 61 meters and you're airborne. Its modular design lets you swap parts faster than a Formula One pit crew. Under the cowling, this Sky Dancer packs a punch. With a wingspan that rivals large birds and engines ranging from 80 to 120 horsepower, it's got the muscle to cruise at impressive speeds. Looking to the future, the Kitfox might just go green faster than your vegan neighbor with potential electric versions and advanced avionics. The RANS S7 Courier will make you wonder why you ever bothered with commercial flights. Randy Schlitter dreamed up this flying marvel in 1985, and it has aged like fine wine. Fast forward to 2024, and this aircraft is still turning heads faster than a tennis match. It's the ultimate short takeoff and landing machine, perfect for landing on a postage stamp or taking off from your neighbor's backyard. This sky-high chameleon can swap engines faster than a Formula One pit crew and land on surfaces smoother than a fresh jar of peanut butter or rougher than your grandpa's beard. With a wingspan that challenges nature's best flyers and engines, ranging from peppy to hold on to your lunch, this bird can cruise at speeds that will have your hair growing backwards. The takeoff distance is so short, you'll blink and miss it. Looking to the future, RANS is likely cooking up fancy new materials to make this plane lighter and greener while stuffing it with more gadgets than a Bond car. The Just Aircraft super short takeoff and landing, the flying equivalent of a mountain goat on steroids, has been turning heads and defying gravity since its grand debut at the 2012 AirVenture Oshkosh Air Show. This nimble aircraft wowed crowds with its ability to take off and land in spaces shorter than your average driveway. Fast forward to 2024, and this aerial marvel is still the go-to choice for pilots who think runways are overrated. Born from the already impressive Highlander, the super short takeoff and landing took capabilities to a whole new level. This bad boy can take off in just 15.24 meters. That's shorter than a bowling lane. And for landing, a mere 30.48 meters will do, making it perfect for emergency landings. It's more versatile than a Swiss Army knife, whether you're dropping supplies to stranded hikers or crop dusting your neighbor's lawn gnomes. With engine options ranging from the Rotax 912 ULS to the Lycoming 0320, you can choose between zipping around like a hummingbird or cruising with power. The Murphy Moose is a must-have aerial beast that has been soaring through the Canadian bush since 2000. It's still the go-to ride for pilots who think landing strips are optional. This bad boy can swap its wheels for floats or skis faster than you can say adventure and take off in a distance shorter than your average TikTok dance routine. Under the hood, it's packing serious muscle with a wingspan that rivals some commercial planes and an engine that purrs like a contented grizzly. It has the power to haul your gear and oversized ego into remote corners of the wilderness. Looking to the future, the Murphy Moose isn't just resting on its laurels. It's equipped with cutting-edge avionics that make your smartphone look outdated, and they're even considering electric propulsion. Imagine a Moose that doesn't need gas. Whether you're delivering supplies to remote areas or escaping the in-laws, the Murphy Moose is your ticket to adventure. Just don't expect in-flight Wi-Fi or complimentary nuts. The Highlander Aircraft is a sky-high marvel that will make you question why you ever bothered with commercial flights. Back in the early 2000s, Just Aircraft Limited Liability Company decided to give pilots a do-it-yourself project that didn't involve model airplanes or paper jets. Fast forward to 2024, and this bad boy has evolved from a build-it-yourself kit to a fully assembled marvel that's been turning heads and turning runway lengths into suggestions. Did you know this nimble plane can stick a landing on a runway shorter than your average driveway? It's like watching a hummingbird land on a postage stamp. And here's a kicker. It started life as a kit plane, making it the ultimate do-it-yourself success story. Under the hood, you've got engine options that will make your car feel inadequate. We're talking Rotax 912S or Jabiru 3300s, pushing this bird to cruise at speeds that will have you overtaking rush hour traffic from 3,000 feet up. It's got a stall speed slower than your grandma's mobility scooter and climbs faster than a squirrel on espresso. The Aviat Husky will make you want to ditch your car and grow a bush pilot beard. Born in the late 80s and still kicking tail in 2024, this flying workhorse has been the go-to choice for pilots who think runways are overrated. Did you know this Sky Champion can stick a landing in just 91.44 meters? That's shorter than the line at your local DMV. Under the hood, we're looking at a beefy Lycoming engine pumping out up to 200 horsepower. It's got a wingspan that rivals large birds and can cruise at speeds that will have your hair growing faster than you can cut it. Looking ahead, Aviat's cooking up some fancy new toys for the Husky. We're talking glass cockpits, so advanced you might need a tutorial, and maybe even an electric version that will make eco-enthusiasts green with envy. So, whether you're delivering supplies to remote areas or just escaping the in-laws, the Aviat Husky is ready to take you on a wild ride. The Cubcrafters XCB will make you question why you ever bothered with commercial flights. Born from the legacy of the iconic Piper Cub, this modern marvel has been turning heads and defying gravity since 2016. Fast forward to 2024, and it's still the cool kid on the tarmac, constantly evolving with customer feedback and tech upgrades that would make even Silicon Valley jealous. This bird is crafted with carbon fiber and aluminum, a combo so light and strong it practically laughs in the face of physics. It has G-series ailerons that give it more agility at low speeds than you'd think possible. The X-Cub is packing a Lycoming engine that can churn out up to 210 horsepower, propelling you through the sky at a cruise speed of 145 knots. With a stall speed as low as 35 knots, it can practically hover like a hummingbird. The American Champion Scout is a backwoods barnstormer that will make you want to trade your SUV for a Runway. Born in the swinging 60s and still kicking tail in 2024, this aerial performer has been turning heads and defying gravity for over half a century. It's like the rock star of the aviation world, old but still rocking. Did you know this flying workhorse can land on a dime and take off from your backyard? And if that's not enough, it's got more roles than a character actor. From crop dusting to bush piloting, this plane's resume is impressive. Under the hood, it's packing a Lycoming 0360 engine with 180 horses chomping at the bit. With a wingspan of 10.9 meters, it's ready to soar. And at 930 kilograms fully loaded, it's lighter than your aunt's fruitcake, but twice as fun at Christmas. The Maul M-7 will make you wonder if it's part plane, part magician. Born in the late 80s and still kicking butt, in 2024, this high-wing wonder has been the go-to ride for bush pilots who think runways are optional and adventure is mandatory. It's like the chameleon of aviation, tough, adaptable, and impossible to ignore. This aerial shapeshifter can transform faster than a Hollywood celebrity. One day it's hauling cargo, the next it's playing crop duster, and it might even moonlight as a float plane on the weekends. Talk about versatility. It's built tougher than your grandma's fruitcake, with a steel frame that laughs in the face of rough landings and bad weather. Under the hood, this baby's packing a Lycoming engine that can churn out 180 horses, more power than a herd of caffeinated ponies. It can cruise at speeds that'll make your car jealous, topping out at 140 knots. With a range of 800 nautical miles, it's got more stamina than a marathon runner on energy drinks. The Expedition Aircraft E350 will make you wonder why you ever settled for a regular plane. Born from the rugged Canadian wilderness, this high-wing wonder has been turning heads and landing on postage stamps since the early 2010s. It's like the love child of a bush plane and a sports car, certified to impress both Transport Canada and the FAA. Did you know this impressive machine can take off in just 61 meters? That's shorter than the line at Starbucks on a Monday morning. And talk about tough. This plane is built like a tank, ready to take on the harshest conditions Mother Nature can dish out. Under the hood, you'll find a Lycoming engine pumping out up to 298 kilowatts. That's more oomph than your average monster truck. With a wingspan of 10.4 meters and a payload capacity of 680 kilograms, it's like a flying pickup truck that can cruise at 278 kilometers per hour. The Sherpa aircraft K650T is a must-have aerial beast that will make you question if you're watching an airplane or a magician's act. Born in the 90s like boy bands and questionable fashion choices, this flying wonder has been turning heads and defying gravity since its first flight in 1994. Fast forward to 2024, and it's still the go-to bird for pilots who like their runways shorter than a TikTok video. This aircraft can take off from a patch of land smaller than your average parking spot. It's a quick change artist, swapping between wheels, skis, and floats, faster than you can say versatility. Under the hood, we're looking at a beefy 350 horsepower Lycoming engine that could probably power your entire neighborhood. It will cruise at a cool 140 knots, making every journey an adventure. The Chinuk Valdez special short takeoff and landing plane, the airborne equivalent of a mountain goat on steroids, was born from the wild imaginations of Alaskan bush pilots in the early 2000s. This sky-hopping wonder has been turning heads and defying gravity ever since. By 2024, it's become the go-to aircraft for pilots who think runways are more of a suggestion than a necessity. Did you know this nimble flyer can take off in less space than your average parking spot? It's tougher than rugged terrain, with reinforced everything to handle the Alaskan wilderness. Under the hood, you'll find a beastly Lycoming engine, pumping out up to 250 horsepower, enough to make this 1,134 kilogram bird zip, along at 161 kilometers per hour. But here's the kicker. It can slow down to a leisurely 32 kilometers per hour without falling out of the sky, thanks to its massive wings that look like they were borrowed from a much larger plane. Looking to the future, the Chinuk Valdez team isn't resting on their laurels. They're planning carbon fiber upgrades, fancy new avionics, and even toying with the idea of electric power. The RANS S-7S, the little plane that could and did in less runway space than your neighbor's driveway. In 2024, this nimble bird is still soaring high in the light sport aircraft world, with RANS designs continually tweaking its features since the late 80s. It's like the Benjamin Button of planes, getting younger and sprier with each passing year. Did you know this aircraft can take off in just 30.48 meters? That's shorter than a bowling lane. And if you're feeling handy, you can build one yourself. It's the do-it-yourself project of your aviation dreams. Under the cowling, you'll find a Rotax 912 ULS engine purring with 74.57 kilowatts. It may not be the muscle car of the skies, but it'll get you cruising at a peppy 185.2 kilometers per hour. The aluminum alloy frame keeps it light as a feather, tipping the scales at just 317.51 kilograms empty. That's less than your average vending machine. Looking to the future, RANS is innovating with plans that sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. The Cessna L19 Bird Dog, the little plane that could spot trouble from a mile away and probably your neighbor's secret barbecue sauce recipe too. From its humble beginnings as a military liaison aircraft in the late 1940s to its current status as a vintage aviation darling, this plucky plane has seen more action than a squirrel at a nut convention. In 2024, while no longer dodging bullets, it's still turning heads at air shows and making vintage aircraft enthusiasts excited. Did you know this aircraft could take off and land on runways shorter than your average grocery store aisle? Talk about convenience shopping for pilots. And here's a kicker. This jack-of-all-trades aircraft wore more hats than a costume shop, from playing doctor in medical evacuations to hauling cargo like a flying pickup truck. Under the hood, this bird's got a Continental engine pumping out 213 horsepower. That's like strapping a small locomotive to a kite. It's just shy of 7.9 meters long with a wingspan of 11 meters, and at a max speed of 209 kilometers per hour, it gets the job done. The Cessna 205, a flying Swiss Army knife that will make you question why you ever bothered with commercial flights. Back in 1962, Cessna introduced this high-flying workhorse, filling the gap between its smaller models and larger counterparts. Fast forward to 2024, and these aircraft are still cruising the skies, defying obsolescence. Only 576 were made, making them rarer than a limited edition collectible, but they pack a punch. Did you know this aerial beast can land on runways shorter than your average Walmart parking lot? It's true. And get this, it's packing a Continental IO520F engine with 300 horsepower under the hood. That's more power than a herd of thoroughbreds. Tech-wise, this sky-conquering contraption boasts a wingspan of 36 feet. It can haul up to 6 people and still have room for that essential extra luggage. The Cessna 180 Skywagon, the tough bush plane that can land on a dime and give you 9 cents change. In the 50s, Cessna decided their 170 model needed an upgrade, and voila, the 180 was born. Fast forward to 2024, and this high-wing wonder is still the go-to ride for bush pilots who think runways are optional. This aircraft can be equipped with floats faster than you can say lake adventure. It's so versatile, it's been used for everything from hauling cargo to aerial surveying. Under the hood, you've got a Continental engine pushing out 225 horsepower, because who needs roads with that kind of power? With a wingspan of 10.97 meters, it's ready to soar at 268.52 kilometers per hour and reach altitudes that'll make your ears pop. Looking ahead, this classic is getting some modern love with advanced avionics and even turbine engines. The Cessna 182 B Short. Takeoff and landing can land on a postage stamp and still have room for your luggage. In 2024, this aircraft is still soaring high, proving that age is just a number when you have wings and a killer short takeoff and landing kit. It's like the timeless classic of aviation, reliable and ready for anything. This plane is so versatile, it's been used for everything from flight training to special operations. With its short takeoff and landing modifications, it can stick a landing shorter than your average TikTok video. Under the hood, we're talking about a 230 horsepower Lycoming engine that purrs like a contented cat. It has a wingspan that gets the job done and can cruise at speeds that would make your grandma's car jealous. Looking to the future, these planes are getting upgrades that would make any pilot excited. And why stick to the roads when these aircrafts take you anywhere? Whether it's remote landings or epic journeys, bush planes prove the sky's not the limit. It's just the beginning.